We're joined in studio this morning by Jen Poole. And Jen, I first met you at the team captain kickoff dinner for the Komen Race for the Cure. For people who weren't there, tell us your story, because your story's amazing.
Well, my story, when I originally started walking with Komen Race for the Cure, it was in 1999 when they did the very first race. And we walked in honor and celebration of my aunt, who was a breast cancer survivor. By the next year, we were walking in celebration of another aunt who had been diagnosed. Within a few years of that, we were added grandma to the mix, who was diagnosed at 95. And within a year or so of that, we added me to the mix that was diagnosed at the age of 35. So it's a family affair for us.
And you have a daughter yourself.
I do.
How old is she?
She just turned 9. She was 4 when I was diagnosed.
What is that like as a mother, knowing that you have a 4-year-old and then you're hearing the words, you have cancer?
It was incredibly stressful. My kids, I have 4 of them, were ages 4 to 14, and you just look at them and you say, this is what I'm fighting for. And you know, you always cry when your youngest one goes off to kindergarten, but I was 6 months out of chemo when my daughter started kindergarten, and I didn't know if I was going to live to see that day or not, and so it was an incredibly emotional day for me.
I'd imagine that the support of your family, obviously, and stuff like that is what helps get you through the treatment and the following days after you get that. How were your kids supportive of you, and did they kind of know what was going on?
They did know what was going on, and the hospital was wonderful in working with the kids and kind of taking them on a tour of the chemo area and explaining to them what goes on. My boys shaved their heads when we shaved my head. And my daughter just became a nurse to me and was always, do you need more water? Do you need me to make soup? Even though she was only 4 years old, they all stepped up and took care of Mom.
Around town you see all the signs everywhere that say, I race for so-and-so. So who, I mean, obviously your aunts, your grandma, you.
Yes.
But who else do you race for?
Well, I race for my daughter because I am the 3rd generation in my family to have this disease, and my overall goal is to make sure that my daughter doesn't ever have to deal with what we've all had to deal with.
One of the cool things I thought when you were speaking at the team captain dinner is what you do now as a personal trainer. I think that is just so inspiring. So for people who don't know what you do, what exactly do you do with that?
Well, I got an opportunity right after chemo to work with a personal trainer, and it was a huge opportunity for me to take back control of my body and kind of rebuild myself, and I decided I wanted to pay that forward, so I became a personal trainer, and the local Y's have a program through the Livestrong Foundation where they work with cancer patients of all different types of cancer and their caregivers, and we work to help them through the fatigue and deconditioning and everything that treatment does to you, and we work with their limitations and help them kind of feel like they're back in control.
Jen Poole, she's racing for the Cure for her daughter, the Komen Race for the Cure. Sign up. You still have a couple more hours to get signed up on the Hoofin' for Hooters team. Hey, what's your team name?
The Pink Pool Party.
The Pink. Love the names of Komen. Wow1043.com.